air comes on just as I'm sitting down to do video. And the cat and dog have decided to play. So it is what it is. Life is happening in the moment. I want to do just a couple of channel life updates, chronic illness update, whatever we want to call it. I've made some notes so I won't ramble, because I can. I spoke a little bit about this in my reading books that Bekah loves, my vlog that came out on Sunday, which I'll link below if you haven't seen it yet. That I read The Women by Kristen Hanna, and I don't think this is the sole reason, but I've been feeling kind of slumpy with reading. I think I was reading, well, The Women was a beautiful and devastating novel that I listened to on audio in the span of 36 hours, and it's, I forget how many hours it is, but it was 400 and something page book. Yeah. So that's on me for sure. And just the way that Kristen Hanna writes is so beautifully heartbreaking and all the things. So definitely overwhelmed by kind of the sadness in that book, but just in general, the books that I have read this month, which I will be doing a mid-month coming up probably in probably over the weekend at some point. There's been some really heavy books this month, and I'm trying to break it up a little bit, but when literary fiction or grief memoirs or you know, historical fiction are kind of what I'm leaning towards, there's a lot of emotion in those books. I will say that another part of my current kind of slumpy reading, and I've already finished, I can see the stack is over on the other side of the room, and I've already finished 5, 6, like, well, 5 books, and I think 5 books, and DNF'd. I've DNF'd 2 this month, but we'll talk more about that. In my wrap up, I had planned a trip for my birthday to go to California. I have 2 friends in San Diego, a friend in LA, and then a friend in Sacramento. So I was gonna kind of do a West Coast trip for my birthday. I do like to travel during my birthday, and unfortunately I had to cancel my trip because of health stuff. For anyone in the US who, or I shouldn't just say the US, but I'm familiar with the US healthcare system. If you have an HMO, when they schedule the appointments you're waiting on, you just say okay, pretty much. Has gotten very backed up, and since the pandemic, and I have been waiting on a sequence of appointments and procedures to happen. Basically for 5 years, I've been arguing for a surgery that would, in my mind, improve my health. And I've had to wait and try all these other things that have not worked, which I kind of knew they wouldn't. And now I'm getting closer to being approved for the surgery, but I have to have a couple of minor procedures before I can have the surgery, or to find out if I can have the surgery. And of course, like I said, I've been waiting for this for a long time. I think my doctor ordered it in May or June, and they scheduled it the week I was supposed to go to California. So I had to cancel my trip. And that has kind of put me in a bummer state, because I was planning to go book shopping, coffee house, go to the beach, all the fun things, and meet one of my bookish friends that I've never met before, that I've talked to online. And yeah, so anyway, are you comfortable? We're trying to do a video, right? Right. Anyway, that is enough of that. But like I said, that's kind of brought the mood down for me a little bit, which it's gonna be fine. I can reschedule the trip out to California and still see my friends. I've talked to them all, and they're very amazing. They're just amazing people. So that is just on hold, not canceled, just on hold for now. But because of that, and because of the health stuff, my health is just, the flares have been kind of in a more rapid up and down kind of movement. It's hard to describe for anyone who is not familiar. I will link below the first kind of chronic illness chat that I had on my YouTube channel. I have myalgic encephalomyelitis, which is sometimes called chronic fatigue syndrome, a lot of times called chronic fatigue syndrome. That it's more than just fatigue. It's dysautonomia, it's brain fog, finding words. So there's a lot of pieces of the puzzle that are currently in flux with health. Overall, I'm fine, and I'm thankful that I can work from home. My boss is amazing. It just is frustrating when it flares and you think you're doing all the right things. If you know, you know. Chronic illness is just something that I've been dealing with for 12 years, more than 12 years. Let me do the math better. I've been 14, 15 years. And yeah, that's just kind of something that is what it is, and you just kind of adapt as you need to. That's kind of the life update, I guess. That's really all there is. I was going to do the channel update part is, I was going to do a library try-chapter with the library haul that I did recently, and that's not going to happen probably. I am going to read some of the library books that I pulled out. I did try some of the chapters and ended up just taking back what I wasn't interested in, kept a few, and honestly just didn't have the energy to film it. So that's part of it, is having energy to do the things that are necessary. Chronic illness gets in the way of that a lot of times. I've also been hanging out with friends, which is always important, because when life just gets up in the air, for me, it's definitely one of the times that I feel grief a lot. I'm missing my parents. Yeah, losing parents is hard. It's hard. And my heart goes out to anyone dealing with any kind of illness with a loved one, death of a loved one in any way. It's a hard thing. So the channel update is no library, try a chapter. I am still planning to do some reorganization of my nonfiction, and I would like to do that with you all. I just might have to do it a little differently. I originally was going to stand up and go through book stacks and go through shelves, but honestly, the energy is just not there to be standing a lot, whether it's the heat or just my body issues. I get dizzy easily. I'm on, like, the doctor's monitoring it, all that stuff. So I will kind of adjust my own expectations, which is something I've gotten used to, having dealt with chronic illness for 15 years, that of how that will look. It will probably be me sitting down with a stack of books that I pull off the shelf, and then we'll organize at some point together. And it may be a process, because like I've said before, there's a lot of nonfiction books that I have. So yeah, that's just kind of the updates that I had to share with you. I also want to say a huge thank you for you all being here. I've had a lot of fun since starting my channel back in February, and while growth has been slow, it's been steady, and I'm enjoying getting to know you in the comments, and I've gotten to do some buddy reads with some new friends, and yeah, I'm just excited for where my channel is going to go. I have set kind of a goal for myself. I hope to hit 500 subscribers by the time my 1 year hits, which will be in February, the beginning of February. That's about 5 months. I feel like that's doable. So if you haven't subscribed, if you would like to subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. If you have subscribed and you've been here since the beginning, I know there's a handful of you, of my friends and family, that have definitely done that. I really appreciate everyone being here. And if you'd like to share my channel as well, I'd appreciate that. And yeah, just thanks for being here, and let me know in the comments how you're doing. If you're doing well with your reading, let me know some of your favorite reads so far, and just, yeah, say hey in the comments. I really enjoy chatting with you there. And hopefully my health stuff will continue to improve, and I'll have energy to go do some book shopping in California. Wouldn't that be amazing? Y'all have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.